What's up, you guys? Welcome back. And if you're new, thank you so much for being here. So for today's video, I'm going to take you inside a federal prison cell. Now, the person that sent me these pictures is in segregation right now for getting caught with the contraband that I'm about to show you. But I just want to take you inside so that you can see what life is like for them and what they're enduring right now. And before we even get started, I know that they broke the law, they deserve to be punished, but certain things really shouldn't be going on. And I just want to take this opportunity to mention the Brooklyn inmates that were locked in their cell for over a week without heat during last week's polar vortex is what they're calling it. That is just inhumane, and I don't know if anyone passed away from that. I'm praying that they didn't, but that is just wrong. No person should have to endure that. I can't even imagine what they were trying to do to stay warm. I mean, that's crazy. So I know they broke the law, but they are human beings and they have rights. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. This first picture is supposed to be a two-man cell. But obviously, as you can see from the picture, it is holding 3 men. And look at the space in between those bunks. I'm sure it feels like a coffin, you guys. I'm sure that feels so claustrophobic. Could you imagine waking up and just having this much space? No. And this is a man's cell. These are big guys that are sleeping in this cell, and it's just crazy. It's crazy that they have no space. So if you look up on Google, they'll tell you the average prison cell is anywhere between 6 to 8 feet and 9 to about 12 feet. So that is not a lot of room for 2 people, let alone 3. I mean, can you imagine what their daily life is like, having to dance around someone? I feel like there could only be 1 or 2 people down from their bunk at a time because it's just so crowded. And when I was in county jail in Fort Smith, Arkansas, there would be 4 women in a 2-man cell. And a lot of the times, most of those people could not get on the top bunk because of health issues or whatever the situation. I was pregnant, so I couldn't get up there because I didn't want to risk falling and hurting my baby. So there's just a lot of things going on. There should only be 2 men per cell if it's going to be that size. I mean, that's really tiny. So I can't even imagine how they feel. The next picture I'm going to show you has been taken away. This does not pose a security risk at all. Like I said, this person is in segregation, but they had this on them. And they took pictures of this. They knew they were going to get searched, so they took pictures and sent it to me before they went to the hole. They knew a raid was coming, which is, if you've ever been to prison, you know when it's coming. Some things you can't hide, some things you can, but that's another time. That's another story for another time. So they had this in their cell. They told me that they purchased this. So if you can make things like this, weapons like this, you can make some money in prison because everyone just wants to stay safe. They want to protect themselves and they want to be prepared if someone attacks them. Prison is a very dangerous place. They are not playing, and maybe you can throw hands, but what are you going to do even if you can't throw hands if someone comes up and stabs you? You know what I'm saying? So in this facility, someone was stabbed and killed a couple of weeks ago, and that's just the reality that these guys are living in. It's just terrifying. It's scary, Men are naturally more aggressive than women also, so I didn't see a lot of stabbings as a woman in prison, but it definitely happens every single day. Every single day around the country, people are getting hurt because of things like this. So the person that sent me these pictures is going to be in seg for a while. I'm not really sure how long yet, but it's going to be a minute. Okay, so the next picture that I'm going to show you guys, they were locked down for weeks. The entire facility was on lockdown status for weeks. Now for breakfast, they handed them 2 packets of oatmeal and an orange. So on the packet of oatmeal, it specifically says, please microwave for 3 minutes. Now, please tell me how an inmate who is locked in their cell is going to microwave something. This facility does not have hot plates or anything like that, so there was no way for them to cook this themselves. So inmates are very resourceful. They will find a way, and this is how he heated up the oatmeal. They set something on fire, probably a cloth or old shirt or something, a rag, and it's on the back of the toilet, and they're heating up their breakfast because what the hell else are you gonna do? You're hungry. I mean, I guess you could just eat the oats cold. I have heard of people just eating oatmeal straight out of the little container. I hate oatmeal. Hate it. And I think I would rather just chew it without cooking it because once it's cooked, it's kind of mushy and I'm like a texture person. So I feel like I could just eat raw oats. And no-bake cookies are my favorite cookies of all time. So maybe I could get over that. But they have to cook their food, right? So that's how they're going to cook their food. You know, they're so smart and they're so clever and they're so resourceful. So there's a million ways to heat things up, you know, from batteries and wires to just getting lighters, you know, there's tons of ways to set something on fire in prison, which is extremely dangerous. And if you go to prison, I do not recommend that. So don't go there and be like, hey man, this chick told me to set a fire. No, that's not what I'm saying. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these pictures really quickly so that you could see for yourself what an actual federal prison cell looks like. It's crazy, it's cramped, it's horrible. Prison is a terrible place. So don't break the law. Don't go to prison, man. It is not fun. It is a horrible, horrible place. And I'm just so grateful that I will never go back. I was just passing through. I've overcome my past and I will never go back to prison. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.